Limits Homebrew coming at ya after another smoking hot day. I know it's hot all over the country, probably cooler here. You know, they say it only got up to like 87, 88, but I know the car was registering like 96 at one point, so I don't know who's kidding who. It's pretty hot. It's finally cooling down. It's actually pretty late in the evening, and a good time for a cool IPA, and we've got one for you. And I got a great one. I got to thank Lance Meyer for this. He sent this to me. It's from Surly. It's the Surly Furious. I've heard great things about this beer. I'm really excited to try it, so thank you, Lance. Really stoked about this. This one has always had like some pretty good reviews, and I've just heard good things about it. It's an American IPA at 6.2% and 99 IBUs, so not just a mild American IPA by any means. The malts in it are pale, golden promise, aromatic. They say a medium crystal, so you can guess that's about a 60 or 80. Roasted barley, and then for hops they've got Warrior, Antonum, Simcoe, and Amarillo. That's a nice set right there. And they use an English ale, which is interesting for an American IPA that gives you a little twist. And so they say you're going to get some both caramel and toffee off that. Those flavors are probably going to both come through, not just because the yeast, but because the fact that they've got Golden Promise, which is a Scottish malt. So, and actually one I like, and I use in some of my brews. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing cracked. Not aggressively pouring, but you can see it's building a nice head. And I've had a few people that have said they want to see the pour. And that's one heck of a full pour, baby. Look at that. That's beautiful. And I might note, there's a lot of carbonation coming up the sides on this. This can is dated May 20th that it was canned. And if this is the 29th, we're just 9 days over a month. So that's not bad coming out here to the West Coast. Surly Brewing is out of Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. So, all right, let's get a look at this. This is a, wow, it's really kind of a murky, dark amber. It's kind of what I'm going to call it. It's like that burnt orange color. You really don't see through it, so it's not a clear beer by any means. All right. And about a 1 finger head, as I said. Let's get a nose on this. Oh wow, okay, I got a lot of fruit coming off that right away. Particularly got a bit of orange, as well as some like orange rind aromas off that. I'm getting some other lemon, or other citrus, and I think it's like lemon is where it's kind of leaning, but maybe a little bit of grapefruit on that as well. Oh, okay, well, now I got some definite grapefruit coming off of it very clearly. Very nice. Yeah, a lot of fruity floral hops. They're not tropical. They're more on the citrus type side. It's been really, actually fairly juicy even, kind of more West Coasty. It's hard to get the malts, but I think they're right. You get a light undertone of like a caramel leaning towards toffee, you know, a darker caramel type aroma, not a light caramel. I'm getting a little bit of pine on that, and almost like an herbal, earthy type feel off of it as well. It has a really nice mix of aromas here. Cheers, let's get a taste on this one. Oh, that's different. That's nice. That's like Midwest meets West Coast, kind of a flavor on that as far as IPAs go. I'm getting a light, fresh pine, not meaning light like not much, but not an overwhelming, like a light pine and resin flavor on that. And I'm getting some bitterness comes in at the end, but I get nice sweet flavors initially at the beginning with this one. Boy, this is like a medium body, but it has this light feeling to it. I can't really explain it. You know, with the aroma and the flavor's coming through in a sense. I mean, there's a lot of bitterness on this. Don't kid yourself. But at the beginning, it almost has this light feeling to it, which is really unique. Very, very nice. You almost do kind of get like a light peach on that, in that light first sipping as you get it. But you get like some herbal to it. Again, not a heavy. Some get a lot of heavy herbal. Not like that. There's just like a bit of herbal, an earthy feel to it, which is, again, really pleasant. They put some roasted barley in this, and there's something with these hops and the bitterness. It almost gives me like a taste as if there's just a little bit of rye in this too. I know they didn't put rye in it, but it almost comes across that way. Just hints of, in the flavor, you got it on the nose a bit, but just hints of the caramel toffee aspect is there. And just a little bit of breadiness too as well to this. Wow, it just is really different. It is very unique into itself. That English ale yeast that they put in, and the choice of putting Golden Promise, I think, really does give it a little bit of a twist, because there's almost a slight, it's hard to detect because of all the hops, but there's a slight like biscuity taste to it as well, which is really nice. Real unique beer. I'm gonna sip on this some more. I'm gonna come back and we're gonna get some numbers. Wow, this is a really pleasant IPA. Very different again, quite unique. I don't know why, I still keep getting this feeling of like, as if there's a little bit of rye in it, and it must be the mix of the hops with the different yeast and so forth, but it really does kind of come across, but it's only lightly so. And I like rye in a light form. I'm not a big fan of heavy rye. And if you do like that kind of flavor, boy, this would really float your boat. This is more still, I'm gonna say, more of a Midwest IPA. It really does follow that kind of direction, but again, a unique one for sure. I'm really enjoying this one. I'm really liking this one. For an American IPA, it's got its own twist, but I'm gonna give this a 92. This is a very, very well-made beer. And I can see why it's very popular. All right, overall, this is, again, I'm enjoying this. Overall, I'm giving this an 89. That's a B+++, if you will. It's close to that A- range by a point. Very good beer. Very much enjoying this. I would definitely drink this more frequently if it were around. And it's gonna go nice with my dinner, because we've got some barbecued ribs going and potatoes cooking on the grill. So I had to save a little bit, but this is gonna be great. This one's definitely a try. This is one you should absolutely try if you can get your hands on it. This is Surly's Furious American IPA with their twist. And this is Kevin from Clement's Homebrew saying life is too short to drink cheap beer. And I will see you on the next beer review. Cheers.